Welcome everyone, Leanne here. So, we're going to talk about boundaries. We're going to talk about how to set healthy boundaries. And I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, have had difficulties setting healthy boundaries in my past. And I had to really work on this. And I've been having to set healthy boundaries as of lately more often. And sometimes it can feel uncomfortable and not what I want to do, but what I need to do in order for myself to have freedom. And so I wanted to share a little bit about what setting boundaries is about, the freedom it gives you, and perhaps a little bit of a few tips to share with you in order to create your own healthy boundaries. And setting healthy boundaries is so important for the mind, body, for you physically, emotionally, and spiritually to be fully fit and healthy. And creating healthy boundaries is not only about empowering you, and it's about freeing. It's a free way to protect your self-esteem, to maintain self-respect, and enjoy healthy relationships. Unhealthy boundaries cause emotional pain that leads to dependency, depression, anxiety, and even stress that can really manifest in the physical body or physical illness. A lack of boundaries is like leaving your car door open, unlocked. It's inviting anyone to vandalize your car and perhaps drive it away. On the other hand, having tight boundaries can lead to isolation, like living in a locked up castle like Rapunzel, with no one to get in and you can't get out. So, boundaries are guidelines or limits that a person creates for themselves that are reasonable, safe, and acceptable ways for other people to act around you, and how they will allow someone to respond when someone steps outside the limits. So the easiest way to think about a boundary is a property line. We all have seen no trespassing, the no trespassing sign, which gives a clear message that you cannot cross that boundary or it ends up in a negative result, right? This is the easiest example to visualize and understand because you have a visual of the sign and the border protects, right? On the other hand, personal boundaries can be hard to find because their lines are invisible, can change, and are different to each person. So why is it so important to set boundaries? Well, one, it's freeing, right? But two, it's an action to self-care and self-respect. It helps communicate your needs in a relationship. It makes time and space for healthy interactions. It sets limits in a healthy relationship that is healthy. Challenges set boundaries. It seems pretty clear why no one would want their boundaries disrespected. So why do we allow it? Why do we not enforce our boundaries? Well, fear of rejection, and ultimately abandonment, fear of conflict, guilt. Most of us were not taught healthy boundaries. And then there's safety concerns. So it's important to note, if you're dealing with someone who is physically dangerous or threatening to you, it may not be safe to attempt to set clear, healthy boundaries with them. Please seek help and work with a coach, therapist, or an advocate to create a safety plan, and boundary setting will be a part of that. So, how do we set healthy boundaries? How do we do that? First, identify the need to set a boundary. Be clear, calm, firm, and respectful. Be mindful to not justify, get angry, or over apologize for the boundaries that you're setting. Remember, you are not responsible for how others react. You are responsible for how you communicate your boundaries in a loving way. Another one is, no is a complete sentence. It's okay to say no. It's okay to practice saying no, and it's healthy. The other one is, use I statements. This helps to communicate your needs without attacking the other person. And make sure you're clear when you're using the I statement. For example, I feel when you blank. So, and then here's another one. Acknowledge discomfort. Know you will be uncomfortable and do it anyway. Another one is, remind yourself of the benefits, because it invokes self-love, self-respect, and you can create healthier relationships. So those are my tips on how to create healthy boundaries. And if you want to start a conversation, comment below. If you found this helpful, please share. I'd love for you to share. And if you want to talk more about this, or you want to learn more about how to set healthy boundaries, please feel free to reach out. DM me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. So signing out, Sacred Wild Woman. Have an amazing day.